Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2024 Audi SQ5. Huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this SUV for me today. Take a look at their website. That link is down in the description. This SQ5 is finished off in Mythos Black Metallic. MSRP is just over $75,000. Now this is powered by the 3-liter turbocharged V6. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, pumping out 349 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent through the Quattro all-wheel drive system, propelling this 4,200-pound SUV from 0 to 60 in 4.7 seconds. It has a top speed of 155 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 18.5 gallons. You'll expect to see around 19 miles per gallon in the city, 24 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 111 inches. Its overall length is 184.3. It has a width of 74.5, a height of 65.5, and its ground clearance measures in at 8.2 inches. As we move on to the exterior styling now for this SQ5, this is actually the Prestige model. So we have that package, which is just over $9,000, and there's a few other goodies for this particular model. So let's start up front, where we have the hexagonal grille finished off in gloss black, as well as the badge right in the middle. This also has a forward-facing camera. SQ5 badge is on that left side, and then there's plenty of cutouts in the upper section of that grille to provide a lot of cooling. Now this also has LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals with a nice design for that housing. There's also the headlight washers, which are the sections just underneath that, so those will pop up to wash those as needed. There's also a few other sensors down below, along with all the parking sensors. A little bit more of a cutout down in the middle there, and then two distinctive lines that come down both sides of the hood. So it has a nice sporty front end design to it. And as we work our way to the side, this has a set of 20-inch wheels with that two-tone design, multi-spoke pattern. This also has the Sport S package, so it provides it with the red brake calipers, as well as the adaptive suspension and the rear sport differential. Now this has gloss black for the top of the mirror caps, along with a turn signal and the integrated camera. There's a full moonroof up top, black for the roof racks, as well as surrounding all of the window trim. And then very crisp lines running just above the door handles. There's a few contoured lines in the lower section of the door as well to give it that much more of an aggressive look from the side. And those lines flow all the way to the back here, where up top this does have an integrated body colored spoiler with the third brake light, wiper blade. There's a set of LED taillights. All of the badges are blacked out as well, like you saw up front. All of the sensors are down below too. This even has the Sport S quad tip dual exhaust, which we will start up here in just a second. And this has a towing capacity up to 4,400 pounds. So it's a pretty practical size. You could hook up some smaller trailers if you really needed to. Now we can use that electronic button up underneath, or the key fob of course, to gain access to the cargo space, where at the moment you can tell there's a few items in the back. There's a lot of space though with these back seats up. There's also an adjustment with that adaptive suspension to raise and lower the rear of the vehicle. So if you're loading in a bunch of items, you can actually lower the load height just to make it that much more easy. There's also some hooks here. We have the cover right there that you can install in order to hide some items. And you can even fold down the back seats from the back. So you can just pull on these tabs on both sides, and that gives you a lot more interior space if you are hauling around some larger items. There's also the spare tire and a little bit more storage underneath the floor if you need to use that. Now up top, you can lock the vehicle. The one on the left side will just close that power lift gate. And then we can work our way to these back seats. Now you can lock and unlock this from the back door handles, which is a convenient feature to have. And for this door panel, check out this carbon fiber-like trim accent just behind the brushed aluminum release handle. There's even Alcantara leather. We have the Bang & Olufsen sound system, and then a little bit of storage in that lower section. And then with the seat down, just to get an angle from this side here, it's very easy to flip that back up, lock it into place, where we have the full leather seats with that diamond stitch pattern. Beautiful interior for this. Now at 5'10", I have plenty of space. There's storage pockets behind both front seats. We have heated rear seats as well. There's the fans, along with your temperature controls, and then even more auxiliaries located down below. And again, at my height, I have about a ½ inch or so above my head. These seats do recline slightly, so it is a nice, comfortable place to be. If you are in the middle, you will have this hump right in the center there, but it's still pretty comfortable as is. Now with the armrest, there are 2 additional cup holders if you need to use those, and you can even fold down this middle seat individually. So if you need to grab some items, you can quickly do that. And as far as visibility goes, that pillar is pretty large, but we have large windows on both sides to give you that added visibility that you need. But very roomy in the back. This isn't the smallest SUV from Audi, so it gives it a great size for the interior. Now up front, door panel is just like the rear. However, this does have memory seating adjustments. The power folding side mirrors are also heated. There's all the window controls, even the liftgate release, and even more storage. And then we have the automatic front seats with the S badge. Very nice bolster support to them. And it's a low SUV, so it's easy to enter. Where we are greeted with the S steering wheel. We have solid and perforated leather to give it a nice look. On this right side, there's a heated steering wheel control along with Bluetooth and voice commands, and then volume and tuning. This does have paddle shifters as well. And then on the left side, all of these are for the virtual cockpit. So let's fire this up and take a listen to this SQ5. So currently the tach is front and center, along with miles per hour, what gear you're in, along with your driving mode. On the right side, there's the date and time. Left side currently shows fuel. So on this left side, by using the rotary dial, now we can scroll through all of this information. So you have quite a lot that you can go through just under that one tab, but then we can also scroll over, go into music, go into any notes, and you have the navigation. Now if I click on view, I can bring that nav up in full screen, as well as the rest of the info that I just went over. So just depends on how you'd like to view that information. You can either hide it and have that front and center, or bring that info back up in a larger view. So very neat to have that. That is all that you can do in the gauge cluster, but it is nice nonetheless. Now on this left side, there's all the headlight adjustments, along with some dimmer switches, fog lights. This even has a head-up display. Currently, it is just showing miles per hour and your lane keeping assist, so you can quickly push on this to turn it on and off, and then you can also adjust the height of it too. Underneath that, there's a large area where you could place some items if you need to hide those out of the way. And then as we work our way to the infotainment system, on this left side, these are all of your presets. So we have home, we have shortcuts into your music, along with your phone, and you can even pull up the nav here. But if we go back to home, you have a lot of info that you can scroll through. You can quickly get into items to search for, and then we have a split screen here with a ton of info, and then you can even get into all of these apps. So there's a lot that you can quickly get into. If we go back to this page here, you even have shortcuts that you can quickly get into. So if I push on vehicle, that was an app that I previously showed. We can go into the drive select, so we can change all of those as needed. Go into the seats, lighting and visibility. So really neat to see that if you want to stay on this screen here, or you can quickly get to them just by scrolling over. Now there's 2 air vents underneath that. More of that carbon fiber-like trim going all the way to the passenger side. These are heated front seats, and we have all the climate adjustments right in the middle. Now, if you hover your finger, you can see which way you need to go. So AC max is just by clicking this up twice to get to that. And then of course you can see we can go through the rest of them. Temperature dials are on both sides. And then underneath that, there are shortcuts to the drive select. So those settings that I just showed. Engine start stop, there's traction control. This even has parallel parking. So you can use that as needed. There's the parking sensors, a downhill assist control, and you can shut that upper screen off. Just push on it or push that button to turn it back on. Now there's a little bit of storage down below with some auxiliaries. Large square bin just in front of the shifter. On this right side, there's power and volume along with tuning, and you have a little bit more space on that right side. To put this into reverse, we'll just push that forwards using the release on the left, and then we can take a look at the 360 camera. So you have plenty of visibility. We can go into drive, and then if we push it over to the right, you can shift using the shifter or the paddle shifters themselves. The e-brake is just behind that. Then there's also 2 cup holders down below, and these are heated and cooled. So you can push on that control there, depending on what drink you may have. You can even hide that away and pull out your wireless charger. Now there's a little bit of space behind that along with an auxiliary, and you can even move this forwards and back just depending on what you're doing for the day and the comfort that you want. There's also plenty of space down in that glove box. And then up top, there's the touch sensitive dome lights and then the controls for that sunshade and sunroof. And as far as visibility goes, with a vehicle passing, you have plenty of space to see over that right side as well as over your left shoulder. Now that we are behind the wheel for this SQ5, two things real quick. One, this does have blind spot monitoring, so those indicators are on the inside of the mirror housing. And two, this does have an electric steering wheel, telescoping steering wheel, so you can quickly adjust that. But let's talk about what this is like to drive. I've put a few miles on it so far. I haven't been in the SQ5 quite as much as some other SUVs. But let's pop it into a dynamic mode. Let's put it into the manual setting for these paddles. It does get a little bit louder in dynamic. I'm not sure if the revs earlier had a difference, but while driving, it does get a little louder, and you get some pops in that exhaust. When you put it back into comfort, it tones down slightly. So dynamic isn't crazy loud. Maybe you could put on an aftermarket exhaust if you were interested in it being louder. I know I would, but from the stock form, it sounds really good. It's just got a little bit of that sportiness to it, but this is fun to drive. It's what you'd expect from a luxury brand like Audi. I do own an Audi myself, so I do like their vehicles. I do get to drive them quite a lot as well, but this is nice and refined, very comfortable feeling. So for the money, this is what you would expect. We even have that adaptive suspension, which adds to the comfort of driving this every day. So it's absorbing all these bumps very well, and we have a nice sound interior for daily driving. Paddles are super responsive, and it's got some good power. It's got good get up and go, and it handles turns well, which I like to see. So if you're looking for the practicality, maybe you need to put on a small trailer every now and then, something like that, but you still want something that can handle some turns, this is a good option to go with. It is fun to drive. I'm pretty impressed with it. For not being an RS model, we have some good sporty characteristics, even with this being an SUV. And from second gear, here we go. So quick in the shifts, and with a mild acceleration, we're back up to speed. So very impressive for this $75,000 Audi SUV. Now in the lineup of Audis, we have the Q3 and the Q7. So the 5 is right in the middle. You have a lot of different options depending on your budget, your size. You have a lot, like I mentioned, for this particular model. And hopefully you can hear that exhaust. If I put it into comfort now, we'll give it a mild acceleration once we slow back down here. You hear a little bit more of the engine versus some of that exhaust in dynamic mode. So it's nice that those are functional. And for this interior, I am surprised we do have some plastic up on the dash, but aside from that, all the rest of the materials are very nice. And I could see daily driving this. From my experience owning an Audi, I do have an R8, so a little bit more of a more special Audi. They're very reliable, very easy to maintain. I work on my own car, so the maintenance for this should be much less, of course, and especially if you do it yourself, it shouldn't cost all that much. However, you do take it in, I don't know the costs of that, but it should be relatively easy to afford. This is a luxury brand, but there's nothing too special about it. It's still a normal-ish vehicle, even though we do have the Audi brand. But it's very nice. Very smooth too. Let's see, this is going to be in parking lot situations. So let's test making a UE. Pretty tight. We're able to stay on the road here, which is nice. And it sounds so good. I am impressed with that. That is going to wrap it up though for this 2024 Audi SQ5 Prestige. Once again, huge shout out to Audi Northlake for providing this SUV for me today. Take a look at their website. That link is down in the description. And if you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up. Consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.